2024 elections are coming. It is possible that the ruling party has gauged that the souffle of communalism is not working as well as it did in the past. But national security, Pakistan, Punjab border state, and militancy, which is bothering people. Once you kill someone who is identified as a Khalistani supporter, you have immediately instigated sleeping cells in Punjab.
Hello and welcome to the AIDEM Interactions. We have the legendary international affairs journalist Saeed Naqvi with us once again. No need to guess the context in which we are here. Saeed Saab is somebody who has covered international affairs for nearly 50 years, who has interviewed a scores of global leaders starting from Nelson Mandela, Fidel Castro, Mikhail Gorbachev, Anwar Sadat, Netanyahu, the list is long. Saeed Saab, welcome back to the AIDEM Interactions.
Thank you.
I just want to focus on three things. The viewers of AIDEM would like to know your informed opinion on three core areas concerning India at this point of time. Evidently, one of them is the India-Canada relationship in the context of Justin Trudeau's revelations about a murder that took place in Canada. Then, of course, the G20 summit and its fallout. And third, in extension to the G20 summit, something which India has been working on and something which has been touted as India's great economic power assertion in the global situation, the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. I'll start with Canada. What are your thoughts on the situation as it exists with Canada now?
There has always been a fairly large Indian population in Canada, of which about 770,000, 8 lakhs Sikhs, particularly in Vancouver, British Columbia. They have been more effective than numerous. They are they have been part of the politics. At the present moment, I think the finance minister happens to be a Sikh. There have been several Sikhs. I've myself interviewed the Prime Minister of British Columbia, one Mr. Dosanjh, long years ago. And so they are a very effective community. Canada is part of what is known as Five Eyes. Five Eyes means Canada, United States, Britain, Australia, New Zealand. These are 5 Anglo-Saxon countries. America is not purely Anglo-Saxon, but in its origins it was. So all these countries consider themselves Anglo-Saxon countries. It is a club. So when you talk of the West or the white domination, there's part of it is a double distilled Anglo-Saxon element. But superseding the Quad is another Anglo-Saxon quantity called AUKUS. It is Australia, Canada, Britain, and the United States, UK, and not Canada. So these 5 eyes at the moment are in a dilemma. They have all thrown their lot with India because they've all been obsessed with the rise of China. So, in these circumstances, they would not like to be distracted away from their purpose, namely how to arrest the rise of China, and for that, how to use India as a counterweight to China. This being the circumstance, comes this issue
Allegation.
of Mr. Nijar, 46, part of Khalistan, with a very dubious record. He has had ever since he went to Canada. He is not one of those people that you will put your money on. However, he was killed, assassinated. And the Canadian intelligence came to the conclusion that Indian intelligence was involved in this killing. Not just that, during the G20, when they were all here, Trudeau said in Parliament that I raised it in no uncertain terms with Mr. Modi. It seems that Biden also did. They all have to hang together. But they would do it with various degrees of caution. Not to annoy India, because the big shikar is China. In these circumstances, the issue has come up because there's an internal problem that Mr. Trudeau faces. His coalition depends, some extent, on Sikh votes. I can't for the life of me imagine how a country of about 40 million, where 800,000 Sikhs, their vote can make such a difference. I am unable to, unless it is their influence, etc. Or it is a block vote. I don't know. It may be resources. It may be.
No, but the Khalistan movement itself has no big support among the Sikhs of Canada.
Well, we do not know. But the fact of the matter is that he may be depending on the community for resources, for money. It is a resourceful community. And at the same time, this is very interesting, the internal dynamics of Canada is anti-China. So there was a problem that the Chinese are playing all sorts of, they are influencing various activities inside Canada, to study which a commission has been instituted. So while this, and in which Mr. Trudeau is found remiss, he fears that he may have tackled the Chinese issue with kid gloves and not tough enough. At this moment, to raise the India bogey before that report is coming out means that he wants to balance the two.
Right.
Now, it is difficult for him to balance it because all the other countries, and particularly the US, they say, yes, we are with you, but our big game is China.
Yeah, but the Five Eyes statement has been very nuanced. They have not completely said that the India's objections are right to the statement of Trudeau. They have only said that that the India has to cooperate with the investigation and kind of.
Yeah. Here the story is being put out that there's nothing to it. If there's nothing to it, get together, the two intelligence agencies, and we'll know what is the truth and what is not the truth. If we are implicated, then it is going to be embarrassing for us. And if we are not implicated, then why are we shy of having a joint investigation? So that is where matters rest. Meanwhile, what happens is that once you kill someone who is identified as a Khalistan supporter, you have immediately instigated sleeping cells in Punjab.
Okay.
they wake up. You've given them a little bit to, they get active. Not just that, then recently there has been a huge Kisan Mazdoor Sangh demonstrations on the Wagah-Atari border, in Jalandhar, in various parts of Punjab. Open the border. Let us have direct trade with Pakistan. This is the demand. Nowhere in our newspapers. Our great, reliable newspapers are not reporting it. But it is there available. That this demand, they are saying that we have $1.3 billion worth of trade with Pakistan. Most of it goes through the Mundra port owned by Adani.
Okay.
They're saying it. And or via Dubai, which is an expensive way to do business. Why are we being starved? Open what they call the Atari, Wagah, Husainwala corridor. Let us have this trade. So this is a third issue. So now you have a whole, and before that, a young fellow called Dosanjh had been barred from performing in Punjab. Very soon that, what was his name? Amritpal Singh?
Yeah, Amritpal Singh.
He was running all over the place. So there have been a series of things pointing to a Khalistani, something going on.
Some sort of churning
in Punjab. Go back to the days of Indira Gandhi. In 1982, when the Punjab, the Sikh issue, Khalistan issue were at peak, she fought the election in Jammu totally on an anti-Sikh platform. Communalism in the Congress came there at peak levels. Now, anti-Sikh to Sikh Hindu consolidation in Jammu very soon became anti-Muslim to Sikh Hindu consolidation elsewhere. So therefore, you can't have communalism against one group and which does not affect the other. I'm giving this example because 2024 elections are coming. It is possible that the ruling party has gauged that the souffle of communalism is not working as well as it did in the past. But national security, Pakistan, Punjab border state, and militancy, which is bothering people. There are stories going around that Sikhs are beating up Gujaratis on the streets of Canada. Now, all of this have a multiplier effect. If they were to, now it is malicious to say that this is their plan. But who knows? Okay. Because people are saying that this could well be, that they are allowing this to grow. So, national security, Manipur is burning, Punjab is burning, you need a strong center. You can't have INDIA running because the country will fall apart.
Absolutely.
So all of this, therefore, we have to be careful about.
So you think that the barring Canada or maybe Trudeau and Trudeau's party, there may be the largest state in all these 5 states which are part of the Five Eyes, could be part of a larger coalition and with India?
It's two things. They don't want to take their sights off China. But they would like to rap India on the knuckles for having not supported them on Russian invasion of Ukraine. So there is a two-way thing. Wrap them a bit, we can do this to you. But we will not harm you just now. We need you. You're our friend. You are the only counterweight to China. Please. Therefore, it's a two-way. International affairs is not one single linear development.
Right, right. So that was very perceptive as usual, Saeed Saab. But then now what happens to Trudeau? Because I think he has stuck his neck out because he wanted to balance an internal situation. So what happens to him?
So he has to produce a rabbit from that hat. And Indians have got to see that there is no rabbit there. So this is the tussle that will be on between them.